Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. I am Tamara Jean, your spiritual awakening mentor and wellness astrologer here on High Vibe TV. And thank you always for your patience as I go through my health journey, as you are all aware of. And just a quick little update with that, still going through. I'm in the middle of all of the lab testing and talking with the functional medicine practitioner that is in the surgeon's office. And so there's just like a lot going on right now, but it is all moving forward in alignment. I think I mentioned my surgery date is August 14th. So, and there's steps to be taken, before surgery, and then of course post surgery, and which he has holistic protocols for before and after, which I love. So everything is just like flowing and that's how you know, right, that you're operating and everything is in divine alignment. And with this energy that we have, so today is Friday, May 30th, and so this will cover through Monday, June 2nd of 2025. And I really felt this video when I came across it. So this is Simply Hypnotic is the channel, and it is encoded with 528 hertz solfeggio frequency. So it's really getting into, right, being the miracle tone. It's getting deep into our cells. So there's like physical body healing and transformation, as well as the energetic, getting into our DNA codes. And I love the water. And then we have this beautiful fiery portal, right, with the sun in the center. And as I'm filming this, the moon is ingressing from Cancer into Leo. And the sun and earth in the current human design transit will be moving, finishing in gates 16 and 9, right? Sun in 16, earth have been in 9. And moving into the sun will move into gate 35 of progress and experience, and the earth moving from gate 9 of like focus and details, determination, and into gate 5 of waiting. And that's kind of that innate sense of timing. And with all of that working together, and we will be experiencing that first quarter moon in Virgo on Monday evening. There's a lot now with moving in from emotional integration, which I love with the water. Like, it's so perfect with this energy, because emotions have been, especially with Venus conjuncting Chiron, and that conjunction will be exact on Sunday, both in Aries and in revealing. There's a lot of like relationship energy, and especially too, I feel like with the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, like how it all flows and connects together. That's really having us go into those deeper depths, into those patterns. And this assisting right now in our relationship energy, our relationship with ourself, with our soul, with source, and then of course with others, and revealing this wounding, especially at the collective level of how and why we relate to others with this Venus Chiron conjunction. And so, and that first quarter moon that we'll have Monday in Virgo brings that refinement energy. So we're moving through, right, really wading through these last couple days from the emotions, and as things, that water energy has been moving through and clearing out, right, a lot of stuff coming up, and integrating. There's a lot of integration, and that's what I feel the increase in the geomagnetic storms that we've been having, and they've been more powerful, right? The rating has been increasing as I believe the frequencies there are things being released. So I would say even like the earth releasing the pressure, and because we may be feeling that pressure. And as we're moving into emotional embodiment, and this in our visibility, our self-expression, that true self-expression, especially now with the moon moving into Leo, there's this soul refinement happening with all of the available energies and embodying that. And so we're moving from in the earth, coming from that place of focus and detail in the sacred center or sacral center in human design, into that still in the sacral, grounding that energy in and trusting that timing, that are in the divine, in with our soul. And so this really adds that grounded flow in trusting that as we are working through and moving and navigating through all of these, let's say, lower frequencies that have been some lodged, right, in different areas energetically, whether it's in our energy bodies or in our field, in our physical body, right? All these things getting dislodged, especially around who we truly are, our independence, our self-worth, right? A lot of that is in also with finances, with money, all of that getting stirred up, especially with the Venus-Chiron conjunction, and and with Uranus as well, and getting into those later degrees of Taurus. And so things have been loosening, right? The energies have been loosening those frequencies and coming up so we can transmute those frequencies and moving through. I just heard like initiation of fire. This is like initiation of your soul fire and being able to express that. So this weekend, allowing yourself that space of, because it does take a bit of time for that emotional integration and embodiment, right? And coming to, so this is like prime time. I created this process called, it's the still point, and it is seeding the zero code is what I call it. And coming back to your 0 point, and that seeding the zero code, meaning of returning to that still point, 0 point within you, right? The sacred void within you. And that seed code coming through is pure. No stories, identities, agenda, pure essence, your pure divine essence, that frequency, energy of that seed code. And having that kind of focus into your 0 point, this will be an opportune energy to really, especially to then as the moon moves into Virgo, and we have that first quarter moon in Virgo on Monday, in that feels like it will be beneficial in centering and being balanced right? And there is this, Venus is in gate 42, and that is the gate of increase. And that is about, it's like expansive energy for like really enriching experience energy. And a lot of this is growth through experience right now. And that enriching experience that is available and expansive for everyone. It doesn't have that, it's not confined to personal benefit. It is, but here is where the work is, as it conjuncts with Chiron, of healing, right? The wounded self-worth around and in relation to others, right? And strengthening that within you. And I feel also connected with this, the inherited scarcity codes, which I dive into. I got done filming the first module of my upcoming video course, The Golden Current. That's going to be available after solstice. And it's going to be 4 modules. And this first one where I take you into that, because it is a full body soul clearing, right? It's not a very surface level mindset shift. It's not that at all. Because we need to get, it is in the codes. And so, right, this is having us return to how love is initiated. And with the still point ritual that I created, there's a connection between sacral and high heart, and high heart corresponds to Chiron, and it also corresponds to the collective. And with the Earth in the current human design transit is in the Sagittarian axis in human design. And in that gate 9, in that focus and determination, and because the high heart, and because Chiron will connect also with Sagittarius, and then there's a connection with the sacral, and right, Venus corresponds with the sacral. So there's a lot of energetic healing with the wounding between, and also the divine feminine within us, and of self and nurturing, as well as the collective. So we've got both happening right now. And so to really explore your patterns and expressions over the weekend. And right, there's still an energetic theme of like your sacred voice, a voice activation, right? Especially with being in Gemini season. And so there's a lot with sacred voice, and now with the moon moving into Leo with that bold heart. But we want to have that emotional integration before we step in to, right, that boldness expression. So there you may vacillate, right, kind of back and forth, and it's really tapping into the energetic availability for tapping into your soul fire. So let's see, and we're still also with the timelines, especially with that Saturn-Neptune conjunction, still with the timelines of, you know, when we are collapsing those old outworn patterns, and which we're still working on, especially now in, right, the relationship area with this Venus Chiron conjunction, and how we have been operating and relating to others, where we maybe from a place of that wounded self-worth issue or being codependent, right? All of that coming up. And as we collapse, those are versions of ourselves that correspond, right, to a reality and to a timeline. So as we move through this, all that collapsing, so if you're very tired, been doing a lot of work, right, being fatigued, it's definitely a thing right now. I really had to, well, I did some detoxing modalities yesterday for my body and all the labs that I'm doing. And had to peel myself out of bed this morning. I am having an iced coffee today. I'm staying authentic, right? That's so much with this energy of getting, more and more into our authentic soul voice, right? And being aligned. So I love that the earth is moving into gate 5 it's the gate of waiting, or rhythmic alignment with divine timing and the natural cycles, getting more attuned with that, and then trusting, right? Trusting that. So I would also listen to, this is beautiful, and I love how it combines the elements, and it's got that 528 hertz. I would also, dragons have been coming through, right? They're really, that energy is being awakened too, right? That's a whole, that could be a video on its own. But I know a lot of you, myself included, resonate very deeply with the dragons and the dragon energy, and that being really that ancient, primal source energy being awakened, right, at a new level. And this, of course, going through still, as we've been going through for years, right, what I called the great remembrance. And so that really flowing in really strongly. And so maybe perhaps, you choosing a dragon imagery for yourself and using 417 hertz, which does facilitate change and, transformation and releasing trauma that has been imprinted on your consciousness. So that would also be quite powerful. I feel also that Phoenix energy, a lot of people can resonate with right now too. So, and just really feeling the fire, because the moon's now in Leo, right, as you're watching this. And so we have, oh, I love it. So we have clary sage. So this is the oil of clear vision. And right, there's a higher purpose. So connecting with your higher self, allow yourself to be guided to your higher purpose. As the veil of illusion falls away, you will find your answer, right? So much. And so if you practice, and if you would like, just coming through, I will offer I can email you the still point ritual that I created. And so if you would like that, and resonates with you, that you want to use that, that one that I have created, put your email down below in the comments below, and I'll send it to you for free. Like, just, because it's powerful. And so yes, just and because when you practice that and how I take you in it, I may even do a voice recording and I could email you the voice recording. That might even be better. That way, you know, you're not having to read anything and you can just listen. You can have frequencies playing and go through the process so you can really be immersed in the energy and the experience. And part of it is all of the illusions, right? Stories, identities, etc., falling away, dissolving, and bringing further clarity. And I have the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle here. Kind of just really strongly came out to use for this time. Halls of Amente, initiation. Been feeling those initiation vibes now for a while. And I love that space, right? So it's like this beautiful portal. And I love the light and dark pillars there. And you've got that beautiful checkered floor. It really is. So the Halls of Amente, right, are an interdimensional space of all of your earth lives records. The Akashic records are universal. Halls of Amente are earth lives. And so this is secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, initiations. And so I've been talking a little bit about that in my posts lately on my Instagram. And this it's like a soul fire initiation that we really are in, and having the courage to allow all of those old structures, right, to fall away, to burn away, like letting it burn down and transmute as you are transforming, right? And that fear goes with that dissolution, right? That transformation, and really standing in that like divine fire, right? That's not burning you, but it is like that getting like a white flame, like it is transmuting, going from kind of the red orange flame to the white flame. That is powerful. I love that. And so there is space to go into. I personally work with Ta in going into the Halls of Amente, like my Halls of Amente, and to go into that library, I guess, if you will. And there's lots to learn and remember in that space. That is right at the soul level, and I feel like it will be helpful in this incarnation here on earth, in what you are, like your gifts to be expressed, and what you're doing, the knowledge that you already have, having been here, you know, how many ever times before. So there's a lot there. All right, my dear ones, if you'd like that, I will record my seeding the zero code still point ritual. And if you would like that audio, put your email down below and I will email it to you. And you know, that may be really good to do during that first quarter moon, but anytime. It can be used anytime. Really powerful, very right first thing in the morning, like when it's starting to get light, or twilight, dusk time, but really any time that you feel scattered or disconnected, or overwhelmed, which can very much be the case as we go through, as we're flowing and navigating and all the things. So have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you back here on Tuesday.